is Greg Garska, and he is the owner of Performance Music. Performance Music is a music shop in downtown Westfield that not only sells instruments, but teaches how to play them. Performance is a lively hotspot in a mellow town with a warm and welcoming atmosphere. It is interconnected with Jester's Cafe, founded by Sunshine Garska, Greg's wife. Jester's is a perfect place to hang out while waiting for a lesson or to sip on a hot cup of coffee. Performance Music and Jester's is a perfect combination of music and art. Now here's Greg to tell us more about Performance Music. When did Performance Music open?
Performance Music opened originally in 1957, and the original owner was Jack Kowal, and at that time it was called Kowal's Music, and it was right above the GE in downtown Westfield. And he moved several times, through the years. And he owned the place for, 20 some odd years, up until 1980, when Paul Smith bought Kowal's Music from him and named it Performance Music. Now at that time I was working for Jack Kowal. I was teaching, I was 16 years old, and my teacher left, and one of the things that Jack did was when he sold the store to Paul Smith, he said, everybody who's on staff has to stay on staff, because Paul was going to get rid of me because I was so young. I was only 16, but I was just taking beginner students, But I ended up having 40 students. I ended up being his best teacher over the next couple of years. So I left in '85, and at that time Paul Smith still owned the store, and then he sold it to Dan McGordy, and Dan owned it for 7 or 8 years, and then Dan sold it to me in 1995, about 15 years ago, and that's when how long I've owned it. My wife Sunshine runs Jester's, and it's a great place to hang out, get a cup of coffee. It's the best cup of coffee in town, if everybody wants to know. And we do have performances over there. Some of the students perform, and there's paintings from all, original paintings from artists in the area, photographs, whatnot. Well, all the sandwiches are named after musicians or musical compositions. We got the name from a 16th century Danish painting of this jester with a lute. Because in those days the court jester wasn't just a comic and a buffoon. They used to be really talented, because if they weren't, they would chop their heads off. So the jesters had to, sing and dance and be funny and just, basically, be very talented. And so we had this painting of this jester by Judith Leister, and he's hanging up in Jester's, and he's such a cool-looking character, that we said, the name of Jester's is like a good, muse or whatever to have for the place.
Cool. What instruments do you teach?
Well, we teach everything except probably accordion and bagpipes. Yes, so, piano, the most popular instruments are drums, guitar, piano. But we do teach strings. We have some violin students. We have a small orchestra that plays several times a year. We do recital type performances. And so we got a small string orchestra and, a brass section and whatnot. So.
Cool. Has Performance Music won any awards or anything of that sort?
Here's an award I can tell you about that Performance Music got. It's a gold record from the guys in Kill Switch Engage, and it's right here. You can film that. It says, presented to Greg Garska Performance Music to commemorate RIAA certified gold sales of more than 500,000 copies of the compact disc End of Heartache. And of course, Joel Stretzel met Adam Dudkevich here at Performance Music. Joel was taking lessons, and he was 16, and I hired him to teach because when I was 16, I got hired to teach, and Joel was just a phenomenal guy, and he was a great guitar player. And I said, you know what, I'm going to give you a chance to teach, and he was only 16, and he did a great job teaching. The kids loved him. And then I hired Adam Dudkevich on, and that's where they met, was here. And the next thing you know, they're in Killswitch. So they gave me a copy of their gold record. And every year at Christmas, Joel's mom brings us cookies. So how great is that? You know, we know rock stars, and their moms bring us cookies. So you know, that's a cool award. You know.
Yeah. Neat. Do many of your employees, like your teachers here, live in Westfield?
Most of them do live in Westfield. We do get quite a number of teachers that are from the college, Westfield State. Students up there who are going to try and get their degree in teaching music. It's a good experience for them to come down here and teach private lessons.
Do you think that performance music has any effect on our town, like music-wise or?
Gosh, I hope so. I really, you know, that's why I do it. I mean, you know, I hope that it affects everybody. I wish it affected everybody in the town, that somehow we could influence people to enjoy music and play music every day, you know. It's such a valuable part of life, and it's, you know, it's such a positive thing spiritually, emotionally, and just, you know, for not only for the people playing it, but for people listening to it. You know, it's a great feeling for everybody, you know, playing music, being a musician, you know that. But there's only really 3% of the population that plays music, so we'd like to get that. So hopefully we do affect the community. We try to have a positive effect on the community. I think we've been the anchor store in downtown for many, many years now, and it has not been easy. In fact, the last year has been extremely tough with the economy being bad, and you know, more people going to get lessons and whatnot through the internet, and you know, with more videotapes and things like that. But there's nothing like having a one-on-one lesson with a teacher where you can ask them questions right there. It's, you know, that's invaluable if you're really serious about playing music.
Yeah. Are there any changes or expectations you have of performance music in the future?
Well, everything's always changing. I guess if we don't change, we're doomed to become extinct. We're trying to change now. We're doing more advertising on the internet and whatnot. We're trying to offer lessons through Skype, you know, so that we can teach not only people in the area, but people all over the world, really. You know, with the camera and the computer, you can give lessons everywhere.
Do you collaborate with any other businesses in town or any schools or anything?
Well, my manager, Scott DeMusis, works with all of the area schools, with the educators, you know, Pat Kennedy up at the high school. We work with him. You know, they know if they need any equipment, whether it's to rent or to purchase, you know, they're always looking for us. Other businesses, Zing Recording in town, down on Mainline Drive in Westfield. We've got a good relationship with them. The Salvation Army in town, we work with them. We have ingesters. It's called the Tree of Life, and Kelly, one of the girls, Kelly Willihan, works with us. She painted a tree, and with no leaves on it. And then you can buy a leaf for somebody you love, or somebody who's passed on, or somebody you want to have, you know, a memory of. You buy a leaf for $2. And any of that money, and then we put the leaf up with their name on it on the tree. You saw there's a ton of leaves up there. We donate all that money to the Salvation Army.
What is your favorite thing about performance music?
The free coffee that I get. The people, you know. I love the people that I work with and that come through the store. You know, that's the best part of it.
Okay, thank you so much.